It's day 43. Still working from home due to the virus. All kinds of things happening. Businesses, many of them in survival mode, relying on the PPP money to get by. Layoffs, people relying on unemployment money, portfolios, stock portfolios in the tank, and all of this creates fear, anxiety, and stress. And for those of us who are a little older or in a higher risk categories, etc., we recognize we probably won't be totally safe until there's a vaccine, and that's not happening anytime soon. So how do we today vaccinate against fear, anxiety, and stress? Well, it starts by gaining perspective. Prayer. Prayer is all about gaining perspective. Psalm 46 says, "Be still and know that I am God." And throughout the scriptures it says, God says, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." God wants us to reach out to him. He wants to help us through this very difficult time, to give us the strength to get through it. And that's basically prayer is all about acknowledging our need for help and then giving thanks that God is going to be with us no matter what happens. The 23rd Psalm, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil." Why? Because you are with me. That's hope. That's what gets us through. Now that we've prayed, we got to take action. Pray and go. That means reaching out to the people who need us, the people around us, our family, our employees, our customers, getting to help them see that we understand where they're coming from, looking for ways to serve them and care for them. The trouble is, it's so easy for us to get overwhelmed by our own fears and anxieties, and the stresses just get to us, and we become irritable, and we become short-tempered, and we're not getting the sleep we need, and some of us want to crawl under a rock. So stress will absolutely wipe you out. I went to a stress management seminar many years ago, and I'll never forget the illustration he used. He took a rubber band and he started doing this, back and forth with the rubber band. And he said, you see, the human body has an almost infinite ability to withstand stress. What it can't do is this. When you leave that rubber band stretched out like that with that stress on it long enough, it breaks. And so do you, and so do I. So we've got to find ways to release that stress every single day, finding ways to relax, to let go, to have a little fun. How are we going to do that? Get creative. One of my clients called and had the greatest thing that happened. Their kids actually got creative. The older kids actually cooked a meal and said, "Mom and Dad, you're invited, but it's a dress up. You got to dress 50 style." The family had a lot of laughs, and Mom and Dad went back to work the next day, better capable of being the leaders they needed to be. Take your phone, put it down for a while, turn it off for a little bit, especially when you come home. Give your family a little bit of focus on you, and yet it's so tempting to want to grab that phone and respond to everybody's needs and to be right on top of everything. And the trouble is, you're staying stretched out. You're not releasing it, so you're not becoming the person you need to be. Go on a walk, 30 to 60 minutes. Leave the phone at home. Everything will be fine, and you'll be a better person when you come back. And then delegate. You've got great people. Rely on them. We're in this thing together. Allow them to shoulder the load. So how are we going to vaccinate against fear, anxiety, and stress? Pray and go. God, I need your help. Keep us safe. Give me strength. Go. Reach out. Focus on your people. Get outside yourself. Spend time with your people, looking for ways to serve and care for them. And the best way to be at your best when you do that is by taking the vaccine, prayer, which will give you the strength, and then giving yourself time off by relaxing and having some fun, which will allow you, together, those two things, will allow you to release the rubber band, to release the stress, and become the leader that everyone needs you to be, operating at your best.